What if someone tells you that the way you're going to die is by getting stoned to death? Or what if someone tells you that, hey, you're gonna be partaking in stoning someone to death? Or what if you find out that your sister or your wife or your mom is the one that's gonna be getting stoned to death? Unfortunately, this still happens in a lot of countries. Getting stoned to death. If you ask someone that, hey, how would you want to die? What's the easiest way out? Their answer mostly always is, I want to get shot. That's how a lot of people would rather answer. Even asking a question of, would you rather want to get drowned to death or be burned alive? Everyone chooses getting drowned because that only lasts for a couple of minutes. But getting stoned to death is something that happens in Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, Sudan. Now you may want to know, how does one get stoned? Well, there's a procedure that follows. It's a hole dug in the middle of the ground. And the person that is going to get stoned, if it's a man, will be placed in this hole. If you're a man, until it covers your waist. And if you're a woman, until it covers your chest. There is a cloth placed over your head. All these men standing, any age. All these men. And there's a mountain of pebble. Small, tiny stones placed in front of these men. And their target is you. And all of this is happening because you had a sexual relationship with a consenting adult. If you are caught having a sexual relationship with someone you love, but you're not married to them, you get stoned to death. Afghanistan still carries out the stoning, so does Iran. They're called sanksar. That even if the woman is innocent, that even if she hasn't committed zina, adultery, she's still going to get stoned to death. This is making me emotional. The reason why we're talking about stoning of women is because we're covering the Swallows of Kabul. The book that takes place in Afghanistan. It covers the Taliban regime. It covers the punishments. And there are two different stories that take place around the same time. The Swallows of Kabul is written by Yasmina Khadra. When I had come across this book, I was very hopeful, especially reading a woman's name, Yasmina Khadra, because I feel like women are really good at writing, especially a woman's perspective. A woman's perspective in these books are really helpful. As for, I'm not saying that men and their perspective is not helpful, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, for me, I enjoy reading a woman's perspective more. So when I had picked up this book initially, the cover is right here. You can see the book right here. The book starts with the stoning of two women. The main character is a jailer, and he brings out these two women because they are prostitutes. Since they're prostitutes, they're going to be getting stoned to death. I think the jailer just does not care. He's more mad, if anything, because today at work, he got so late because of his wife. Musarrat got him late because Musarrat has this illness. She's about to die. Kind of like feels a little bad for her, but if anything, he's just repulsed by her. Years ago, when he was on the battlefield, he had wounds. He was about to die, and she tended to his wounds. She took care of him. She was a nurse. And since he survived those wounds and lived, he said, you know what, Musarrat, I'm going to marry you. So Musarrat and him have 3-year age gap. But it pisses me off so much when Atiq is like, you old hag. Shut the fuck up, Atiq. Nobody cares about what you gotta say. So anyway, Atiq, he's a jailer. He does not care about human emotions. He doesn't even care about whether someone lives on or dies. He's just checked out. And his wife, Musarrat, is this old lady who's just died. That's all we know about her. She has purple bruises and she's about to die. And then we meet Mohsin. He used to be from this rich family, he's an educated man, but now that Taliban rules over, he has no career. He's emaciated. We meet him, he is picking up the stones, and he's also throwing the stones at the prostitutes. He's like, yeah, die! And everyone's, die, die, die! And everyone's like, come on, yeah, die, you whore, you slut, die, die, die. That's what's happening, okay? And then Mohsin just realizes what he did, and he's like, and he's like, how did I do that? I'm against all of this. And he runs, brother, he runs away, right? Now it cuts back to Atiq again, right? Atiq is also like, he's just like walking back and forth. He's just annoyed. He's like, oh my God, my wife is about to die. Why does God only do this to me? My life is horrible. My life is horrible. My life is horrible. And there his friend Mirza Shah sees him. Atiq, come here. Atiq, come sit down. What are you doing? And Atiq is like, there was like, Atiq, how about you have a cup of tea? You wanna have a cup of tea? And then Atiq is like, sure, brother, I'll have a cup of tea. And then Mirza Shah is like, hey, bro, what happened? A little bit of backstory on Mirza Shah. He's a warlord. So he's like, hey, Atiq, what's going on? What's the matter? Atiq is like, oh, my wife's about to die. And he's like, yeah, so? Kick her to the curb, man. Why are you taking care of her? She's about to die, I get it. But like, women are of no good use. They're only there to give you a child and clean after you, take care of you. Please kick that ugly bitch to the curb. Get rid of her, come on. Let's get you a new 14-year-old. What are you doing? And he's like, ugh, Atiq is like, ugh, why did I even share all of that with him? Ew. Yes, Atiq, why did you? And then Atiq is like, whatever, repulsed. He like goes home. Musarat is in the corner like, oh my God, oh. But the house that he left so messy was now clean. The food was cooked. Everything was nice. And he was like, wait, this is not the messy house I left. What is going on here? The food is all like beautifully done. And then Musarat comes out and she's like, oh, baby, hi. I cooked your food. I'm in so much pain. Oh my God. And then Atiq is like, no, why did you do all of this stuff? Why couldn't you just stay in the corner? Huh? What is it? Oh my God. And she's like, well, I had a little bit of energy today. And that's why like I got you food ready. He's like, okay. And as he's eating food, he's like, she's like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. He's like, then why did you cook all of this for me? Oh my fucking God. And he leaves. He's mad. Now we cut back to Mohsin going to his place, right? He's going home. And he looks at his beautiful wife. His wife is like across the door and she's gorgeous. Her name is Sunera. Sunera is so pretty. She's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She used to be a teacher before Taliban took over. She used to be a teacher. She also came from a very well-educated family. Even though she was gorgeous and everyone had a crush on her, she chose Mohsin. She chose Mohsin for the way Mohsin would act because of his personality and how nice he was and how he always just reading his goddamn books. Oh, he was such a sweetheart. She's in love with him. She's obsessed with him. And she's gorgeous. So when he sees her, all his worry goes away. All his stress gone. And he's just looking at her and he's like, my wife is so gorgeous. And he's just like, oh man, how's your day? And she's like, my day was good. How was yours? And he's like, I gotta tell you something. And she's like, oh, what is it? He goes, I stoned someone to death today. What? Mohsin, we're not that kind of people. What the hell? What? And she's mad at him. She cannot even face him. She's disgusted by him. That's not the people we are. We were against those people. What the hell? You're Taliban, basically. And he's disgusted by himself. She was his only person to talk to who turned him away as well. So now he truly has no one else to go. Sunera is disgusted by her husband. It strains their relationship really bad. It puts heavy amount of strain on their relationship. Their relationship is messed up. And then one of these days they have this huge fight. Sunera is fighting with Mohsin, Mohsin is fighting with Sunera, and Sunera pushes Mohsin, and Mohsin falls over the table and cracks his head open and dies. And this is when Sunera meets Atiq. Sunera is taken to the prison. She takes off her burqa. She's like, no. And she's sitting there. She's like, I'm about to die anyway, so why does it matter? And Atiq sees her and he's like in love with her. He's like, whoa, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. He's just obsessed. The guy that wouldn't eat, the guy that wouldn't brush his teeth, the guy that wouldn't keep up with himself, the guy that would walk up and down the street talking to himself is now in love, infatuated by Sunera's beauty. He's in love with Sunera. Now he's laughing and giggling, and he goes home to Musarat and he's like, ha. And Musarat is like, come here, boy, come here. There's something different about you. And he's like, what's different? What's different? And she's like, no, there's something different about you, bro. What's going on? And then he goes, well, there's this girl, Sunera, in the prison, and she's gorgeous. And Musarat love her. She's like, oh my god, you're in love? I love this for you. He's like, but she's going to die. She's going to die. She's going to die. She's going to die. And then he goes to the prison, and Atiq has never asked any of the prisoners that, hey, what's your story? But for the first time, he asked Sunera, because Sunera is gorgeous, and he's in love with Sunera. He's like, Sunera, what are you in here for? Sunera goes, I'm in here because I killed my husband. And he's like, how'd you do that? You're gorgeous. Of course he probably did something. He's horrible. He beat you up, didn't he? And she's like, no. On the contrary, he loved me. He was the best husband ever. But we were having an argument and I pushed him and he hit his head on the table and he died. And he's like, Atiq is like, he goes home and he's like shaking and crying and throwing a fit. And Musarat is like, Atiq, what is it? Shut up, you old hag! He like goes off at her and she's like, hey, how about like you help her then? And he's like, that's a great idea. And he ups and he runs to the prison and he unlocks the lock for her and he's like, run away, Sunera, go. And Sunera's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And he's like, what? She's like, I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere. My family's all dead. And the ones that are not dead, I don't even know where they are. I have no place to go. My only place was my husband, and he's gone. Atiq goes home and he's madder than ever. He's crying and he's throwing a fit. And back to the prison. He's in the prison. Sunera is in the prison. He's guarding. And Musarat shows up. And he's like, what are you doing here? And Musarat is like, I will take place of Sunera. They won't be able to tell because we're all the same under the burqa anyway. I'm going to be dying soon anyway. You can live with Sunera. Take Sunera and leave. I love you. So he does. He switches Sunera with his wife Musarat, and Musarat gets killed. Sunera is supposed to be meeting Atiq outside the execution place and they're supposed to go home together. And as he's waiting there, he can't find Sunera. Sunera! The entire execution place, everyone, the stadium, all empty. Everyone has left the stadium. And he's calling Sunera's name and he's calling Sunera's name and he can't find Sunera. He goes home. And he goes home, he's like screaming and he's crying and he's like, Sunera! And there's no Sunera anywhere. And he's just in fetal position, crying on the floor, Sunera. And then Sunera comes up And she was like, oh hey silly, I'm right here. It's just I got lost and I couldn't find you, so I followed you here. He saw her burqa, and it's not Zanera, it's Musarat with half face blown off. He's like, Musarat, why did you leave me alone, Musarat? And then he runs out and he's running door to door, lifting everyone's burqa, screaming, Zanera, 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 and he goes crazy. And that's how the book ends. First of all, Yasmina Khadra is not really this writer's real name, it's just a pen name. And as I was reading a book, I could tell it was written by a man. The book was justifying violence, was justifying how badly these women were getting treated, was justifying abuse, was literally like, yeah, so if everyone is going crazy, the people that are sane will start going crazy too. Which, okay, it makes sense, but at the same time, Mohsen was such a nice guy, but he's like picking up rocks and hitting people. We don't have much story on Mohsen. We don't have much story on Zanera. We don't know anything about Zanera besides the fact she used to be a teacher. We don't know anything about Musarat. There is nothing we know. We just have like a outline of what these characters used to be to what is happening now, but then we only find out a couple of days, just a couple of feelings. It's not good enough to explain anything. Sure, I haven't watched the 2019 movie yet. People are like obsessed with it, but as you're reading the book, you can tell this is not a person that has lived in Afghanistan. This is not the person that has ever experienced any of these feelings. This is just someone who's trying to make the book sound so poetic. The characters lack so much. We have Zanera that just hates the fact, okay, I understand hating Taliban, I get it. I'm a woman, I understand that part. But we don't know anything else about Zanera except the fact that she's a hater. And she's pretty. Musara, no idea that she's just dying. Like, everyone's so checked out. It's just, the story is really good, but it's just like, it wasn't executed well. Someone took a book and tried to be as poetic as they could be, and then they were like, the ruins of Afghanistan, the experiences that actually shape so many lives, and the experiences that are so painful to live by. Someone just took all those little bits and pieces and tried to put it together, but it lacks emotions, it lacks the depth. It didn't hit the same. After I took like a couple of days to finish this book, and I was just raging about the whole thing because I'm like, we don't know anything about anyone. What the fuck? So anyway, that's where I leave you guys with this one. I don't know, it was disappointing to me. It could have been so much better. It had so much potential. If you guys want to watch the movie, please do. I can find the movie in English, so there's that. Thank you. I'll see you guys later in the next video. And please follow, like, and subscribe. Come on now, guys. Come on. Alright.